do today is deal with two dimensions everyone who is sitting here has, including ambassadors of countries or ambassadors of technology. Both types of people are basically ambassadors of technologies and cultures and nations and their country.
What we are trying to do, and it is totally apolitical, is to highlight the good things that we have here, which are part of our day-to-day life in the high-tech industry.
It's about the state of Israel and what we can bring to the world, and it's about our future, our technology and our advantage worldwide.
I'm glad to be here, and first of all I would like to bless the initiative. So when we talk about what to spend for security, defense and so forth, we should consider the benefits of high qualified young people retiring from the military, joining the Israeli high-tech companies, enterprises, or going to research development in the academia in order to strengthen this qualitative edge. And the Israeli economy is based today on knowledge. And I claim that it's not just knowledge, it's knowledge and spirit, our brains and our hearts. And the Israeli Defense Forces enjoy today technological advantages which are interpreted to what we call superiority. What we need, and that I believe Tsav 8 Barcelona is doing, is to speak out in order to meet the challenges. And I believe that by educating people, in our case, for excellence in one hand and for our confidence in our way into righteousness on the other hand, this is a way to have a better future here at home for the State of Israel and for the Western civilization in the entire globe.
Future 8 is a newly conceived initiative. It's all about building an open source, but at the level of ideas and trends and visions, and we need some multidisciplinary thinking of many companies to do it right and to promote the industry with some Zionistic angle. And no company can do a real significant step without sharing ideas and cooperating, collaborating, competition with the other companies. So the mission of the Future 8 is to grow new growth engines, and we need to do it together.
You know, I love coming to Israel because, quite honestly, I'm the dumbest person in the room when I come to meetings like this, and it's really kind of great. It is true, our infrastructure is dying. In fact, in our business, Verizon Wireless has about 107 million mobile subscribers. And so for the last 10, 15 years or so, we've spent just about all the money we can building the wireless network. Because the wireless networks are like giant ATM machines. They print cash. They're fantastic. Why would you not ignore it? This year, in fact, one of the products that Alcatel-Lucent is marketing, we put together 4 different companies, 3 of which are actually doing R&D in Israel, and a handful of other companies. And we've created about $1 billion in new value in those companies.
Collaboration is a necessity. Our methodology here is we're analyzing the current trends, the researches that are done about the market. The last think tank included people from Amdocs, Cisco, SanDisk, Motorola, Lucent, everyone coming there to work together and collaborate. Everyone there is there to work hard and help in fostering a better future and collaboration.
5 of the things that will come back in 5 years, and we'll see how many of you have been creating technology that will then change the world and make this a much smarter planet.
Something about the initiative of young Israelis can take your dreams and make it happen in a way that nobody can think about. And that's why I'm quite optimistic about our future. Our strength in the ICT sector is based on R&D that was based on past education, past R&D in the universities, special units of the Army, the R&D of the Army. And all of that led us to real R&D, to real companies, to real innovations. To change that with quick kill, quick dollar of an applications will lead us to lose our competitive edge in a couple of 3 years. The second concern I would like to share with you is a global one. I call it the paradox of innovation. I don't want to mention names, but we can say Google and Amazon and Facebook. It doesn't matter, and you can find more and more companies that are really making great revenues and great margins, but they are letting someone else to invest in the infrastructure, in the networks. And what will happen that the owners, the operators, they don't have the incentive to invest anymore. So they stop investing. The networks are not going to be developed. And without tremendous changes in investing in those networks, fourth generation in the mobile world and FTTH in the fixed line, I think most of the companies are building their vision and I would say their future on false assumption.
You know, there's a definite active role to try to bring more companies to Israel, not just from the States, but from anywhere, and to transform what's a startup nation into a platform for many other countries to understand innovation.
If you want a taste of the future, have a taste of China.
Chinese and Jewish nations are the oldest nations, civilizations in the world.
Do you see more investments of Chinese companies here in Israel, or at least the investment in R&D centers like we see here from other countries?
Yes, I do. Your Prime Minister, Netanyahu, talked about to double the trade volume between China and Israel as quickly as possible. And these days, more and more Chinese investors are seeking to invest in Israel. Your most famous advantage is your high-tech and also innovative industries. China will be your biggest market, and there is great demand for you to explore in China.
I'm particularly grateful for you branding me the HiTech Ambassador, which is an improvement on my normal brand, which is the ambassador who looks like a child. Conception of this conference and your getting up and running it is extremely Israeli. It's one of two, I thought, really sort of quintessentially Israeli things about the conference. The other one was the fact that the Vice Prime Minister of Israel came, and instead of questions, people queued up to tell him why he was wrong.
I think what excites us about Israel is not so much what we've seen in the past, but what we're going to see in the future. A new generation of companies coming through, a new generation of entrepreneurs in sectors that aren't just in the sort of the sectors that Israel has been famous for historically. And the way I sort of think about Israel is that it's sort of Silicon Valley as a country. So, you know, you have the full diversity of technology opportunities to invest in, you know, from life sciences to to clean tech to IT. And the one thing that we see, you know, is clear across all of those sectors and all of the stages is, you know, the level of innovation, the level of just the raw entrepreneurial talent that you see in Israel.
It's a catch-22 because in order to grow companies, and I really agree with what you said, Saul, you need management team, you need staff, you need people that have the experience to build it, and if you don't have enough supply of companies, then you don't have enough veterans. So if you look at the people that have built, you have ex-Orbotech and ex-HiTech and ex-ECI and so on, but you don't have many of these, and therefore there is some limit of supply of even if you try to grow one of my major challenges growing up NICE was to find business unit managers.
You know, there is a lot of capital available for Israeli companies in London, and I think there is a lack of awareness there. I think, you know, most investors, most corporates in the UK are not really aware of the opportunities here in terms of investment, in terms of enabling technologies. I mean, the UK has some of the biggest retailers in the world, media companies in the world, telecom companies in the world, pharmaceutical companies in the world, energy, water, every single sector you could think of. There is one of the biggest companies in the world in the UK. I think the government in the UK is starting to do a much better job of shining a light on the fact that these companies do exist.
Israel has many components to offer for this, whether it's can start with the chip design to wireless. There's a lot of activity in this country on the infrastructure and bandwidth future requirements. Monetizing the application on the content with a very clever solution, which is challenges for the operators. Not that I would give here a specific promo to a company, but with the billing, a clever billing, sophisticated billing, Israel again is definitely a major player. If you're looking at challenges for security, again for network operators, Israel is a major player.
At the moment, we do something over $5 billion of trade in both directions between the two countries. So it's not insignificant, and it's growing. It's growing at almost 20-25% every year. So there's a real energy to it. But I have to tell you, my perception is it's nowhere near potential. And so a lot of what we've got to do is just to introduce people to each other, to combat the misperceptions and to break through some of those lazy assumptions.
Your country has become an important innovation powerhouse, as shown by its numbers of patent applications, 199 per million population, and by the high percentage of high-tech products exported in international markets, which is 37% of the total. Israel is also ranked first in the world with civilian R&D equivalent to more than 4% of GDP.
Last remark, you know, this year is a Year of Dragon. In Chinese culture, Year of Dragon means a lot of good things. Like, you know, this year should be auspicious, should be wealthy, should be lucky, should be happy. So I do believe this year can bring a lot of good things to the two peoples.
I wish you Nesiya Tova ve Batzlacha.